Good evening, I'm Dougie Watt. I'm here to talk about John Law and the Mississippi Bubble. On the 5th of January 1720, almost exactly 300 years ago, John Law was appointed Controller General of French Finances. In effect, he became Prime Minister of France. This was a spectacular rise for the son of an Edinburgh goldsmith. And to achieve this, he had to become a French citizen in 1716, and then more controversially, convert to being a Roman Catholic in late 1719. The position was reward for the transformation Law had produced in the French economy, which was experiencing a boom at the time in 1720. His rise had followed the rise of the share price of the Mississippi Company, which he'd founded in 1717. An asset bubble had inflated in Paris on the Rue Quincampoix, the stock market in the old district of the city. People from all over Europe were being sucked into Paris to trade shares in the Mississippi bubble. The bubble is unusual in that it's very closely associated with just one man, and it's very much the creation of John Law. So who was Law? Well, Law was the son of an Edinburgh goldsmith. He was born in 1671, and he, at a young age, travelled down to London, where he became quite a well-known figure in London society, known as Beau Law. He frequented gambling houses. He lost money. He was bailed out by his mother, and he then made a very close study of odds and probability and gaming. His life then went pear-shaped when he was involved in a duel. He killed another figure in London society and was imprisoned for murder and was going to be executed, but he manages to escape. And for the next 20 years, he wanders around Europe, from gaming house to gaming house, building up a very large fortune, which is estimated to be about £90,000 sterling by the time he settles in France in 1714, which is a huge amount of money, millions and millions, almost equivalent to the amount of money a small state might have had. Law settles in France in 1714. Having made a fortune himself, he's now determined to transform the French economy, and timing is perfect. Louis XIV dies in 1715. Law manages to become an advisor of the regent in France, and his system, as it's called, is put into practice. First of all, the establishment of a bank, then the establishment of the Mississippi Company, which then takes over a series of other companies and produces this huge stock market bubble. Thousands of people make a fortune. The first use of the term millionaire is found in the historical records at this time. However, like all bubbles, it bursts, and Law tries to introduce another aspect of his system, the movement of France from metallic money onto a purely paper money system. This produces a huge political backlash in early 1720. Ultimately, Law has to leave the country, fearing his life. He travels Europe again, settles in Venice, and he becomes a celebrity, visited by figures like Montesquieu, the famous philosopher, who is fascinated by him and by his system, and they discuss the pros and cons of the bubble. Law also builds up a major art collection at this time of old masters. So Law is regarded as a number of things. He's a financial innovator, a key figure of the financial revolution. He's also regarded by Montesquieu as a promoter of despotism. So he's seen as both a kind of liberator and a despot. But there's another side to Law. As well as being a man of action in finance, he was also a writer on financial matters, particularly money. And he's now viewed, or his writings have been collected, and he's now viewed as a significant early economist and writer on financial matters. Indeed, it's possible to suggest that he's also one of the key figures in the Scottish Enlightenment, and perhaps should be viewed alongside Adam Smith and David Hume and other considerable figures. Thank you very much.